28 wins, but 90 losses. Is it really that bad? Well, I'm a mid-ladder player, and I'm going to see for myself. First game versus Pekka Bridge Spam. First thing I did, I tried to make him miss his tornado and failed miserably. He goes for his first Pekka push. I put down my skeleton army late, however, the actual defense itself was pretty neat, and now I can rest. Never mind. Actually, all that took was a nice little fireball log. Round 2. This time, I was going to go aggressive. While the Pekka was in the other lane, I was able to get a nice amount of damage, and almost took out his tower, which was nice. However, with an awkward set of cards, I tried to defend this push with a skeleton army and wizard. However, that all just got shredded quickly and I almost took out my tower. And just as things couldn't get worse, he does another Pekka push, but now with elite barbarians. Little time left, little elixir left, and me trying to do anything to survive. I wasn't able to keep up with the pressure, and after all this, I did end up losing. So now the opponents are winning 1-0. Next game versus Electro Giant. Another nader, but oh, he misses. What a fool. Whoa, chill. Nothing else really happened in single elixir, but I was winning in damage. He does his first E-Giant. I decide to Royal Giant opposite lane, although he does defend it quite well and gets really nowhere. On the other lane, I'm defending the Electro Giant pretty well actually. He does a good lightning, however I'm still able to defend pretty well. To the other lane, the Goblin Brawler is actually doing a good amount of damage, and with a low amount of elixir, I can only just about defend. This is where stuff gets spicy. He goes for his next Electro Giant. I go with my Fireball and Goblin Barrier, hoping to take the tower right now. However, 80 HP. The Electro Giant has come into my tower, and I have no elixir. This comes down to this very moment. Oh my god. Next game versus Lava Loon. Lava Hound in first play, woohoo! Even though I don't have the best cards to counter Lava Loon, I still feel like I could have defended that push way better. Not a good start to the battle. Before I could even think about resting, he's at it again with another Lava Hound. While he's still being really aggressive, I feel like this time I actually defended it a lot better. This time I felt like I could actually try and counter push, so I go for Royal Giant Goblin Barrel, but look at this. He was so keen to kill my Goblin Barrel that it ended up costing him his tower. Once again, he's been really unnecessarily aggressive, which I used the Tesla to counter the balloon quite well. However, on the other side, the Inferno Dragon does get quite a bit of damage. It's near the end of the game and I'm trying desperately to take out its other tower, but unfortunately he has some good counters to it and I'm unable to do so. I'm still trying to fight for my life, however, I am unable to beat this guy, so he can have the win on this one. Game 4 versus Pekka Balloon. Nothing really happened in single elixir. The Fireball killed my level 8 wizard. I defended the balloon quite well with my Teslas. And once again got nadoed again. Woohoo! I tried to counter push, but that was before I actually knew he had Pekka. So yeah, it was a shock and a bit disappointing, but hey ho. He goes in with a Pekka Balloon push. I have my Skarmy and Tesla ready. He nados the Skarmy. However, I get a beautiful Fireball for a juicy 5 elixir positive elixir trade. Balloon at the back, that's quite interesting. Nearly hit my tower though. That was quite scary. I did give him a bit too much Fireball value, so he did end up getting quite a bit of damage on my towers. And now I'm losing. However, he does a really bad Fireball and I try and punish him for it. And it goes very well. He's trying desperately to defend with the limited amount of elixir he got, and I do end up winning this game. Last game versus Graveyard Poison. I just can't escape from the nados. I also do a fatal error here and I actually end up missing the baby dragon with my Fireball, and he actually tries to counter push off of that. Lucky for him, I was very low on elixir and I didn't have any units to try and defend it. And by the time I did have my Skarmy, I was very low on damage. Baby dragon at the back. Tombstone at the back. With that interesting tombstone, I decide to counter push, and he does miss the barrel, and I do end up getting a nice amount of damage. He has poison. That's better. The wizard does surprisingly well against that graveyard. While my tower is in critically low health, I actually try and do a counter push with the Royal Giant Goblin Barrel, and it goes surprisingly well, and I get a great amount of damage on the tower. But who's gonna win? After all of that, I managed to clutch up the game. So what I want to know after all of that, why is the win rate so low on this deck? I mean, it could be a better deck, but I don't think it really deserves a 24% win rate exactly. But hey ho, that's just my opinion, and I hope you enjoyed.